All right. Here we are. It is a beautiful Monday morning on the Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. We love music and we love life. You also know we love sports because at this time on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we take a walk into the locker room and talk about all the sports stories and making the rounds from the weekend. So many things to talk about, so many updates. And of course, there is banter to go around. You know, we love to always share that on the show. Welcome along to the ride. Ayokunmi right here with you. Alongside me is the one and only Tega. Tega, good morning to you. Welcome to the locker room.
I'm so full today. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yes, I've eaten all the humble pie in Lagos. In fact, I'm
Uh,
pregnant with humble pie.
I didn't want to say anything yet. I wanted you to land, first of all, before alluding to that, because we talked about this on Friday, Dubois and Joshua. But hey, I'm a nice person, so I will not, delve into that
Nice
one too
God,
much.
nice knee. We that we know you. We know you're waiting to give me this thing. But yes, my goodness, it was shocking. So we'll be talking about that fight. We'll also touch about the fallout at the Olympics. The minister is finally doing something about it. Let's hope that something productive will come out of that meeting. Then we'll touch on all the drama that happened, especially the one at Manchester. I'm just saying, maybe Mikel Arteta needs to go and pay tithes to the referee association. Maybe, maybe. I'm just saying, but I will touch on why I said that, and the exact letter of the law, because a lot of the way the EPL referees have miscommunicated that law has made a lot of people to assume the law. So today we are
Mm.
going to look at the law proper, and then they will tell us exactly why they have misconstrued it. All right. On that note, Ayo, tell us how come we can be a part of the locker room this morning, and we'll take it from there.
All right, so you can join us in the locker room. Hey, it's going to be a great walk this morning. WhatsApp is there for you to send messages on to 0809 is the WhatsApp number. Studio line is 0201 4489981. 0201 4489981. We are also streaming on YouTube. You can check us out at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Drop a comment, and of course, we'll take that as we get along on the show. Looking forward to all the banter to go around. So I live for that. I really do. Okay, let's begin with the first story right out of the gates here, and what you said about the Ministry of Sports doing something about the performance of Nigeria at the Olympics in Paris. So the Federal Ministry of Sports Development on Friday in Abuja said it had convened the Paris 2024 Olympic and Paralympic post-games audit and review meeting for Tuesday. So basically, this is a post-mortem. Just take a look at how the Olympics and the Paralympics games went. Of course, we know how we went for Nigeria on both fronts. So
Oh yes.
yes. Uh-huh.
And despite the fact we won 7 medals at the Paralympics, just remember that it was down from the 10 or 11 we won at Tokyo. So there was still a regression. So that's part of the audit. They are going to be looking at everything that happened at the Paralympics. They're also going to be reviewing the Favor Philly case.
Okay,
Who
very
dropped the
important.
ball?
Very
Yes,
important.
who dropped the ball so that the ball? I don't think it's a question of we are going to find out who dropped the ball exactly, but I think they just want to know where their lapses came in, and if it was a communication problem, if it was an administrative problem, or if it was just bad belly, like some of us suspect. so, so they're going to review every single situation, and um, I think they just want to assess themselves and find out where they can uh, um, make corrections and make adjustments, especially in light of the National Sports Festival that just happened. So
Right.
let's see how it goes from there, because it's very important to not just sweep that kind of performance under the rug, but look at it analytically, strategically, break it down, and see what we can learn and how we can go from there. So good one by the ministry and
Good
the
one by the
minister.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, it will be a better one if at the end of the day something does come out of this audit. Not, oh, we are auditing, we're checking, we're going to find out, but we never find out anything at the end of the day. So do this all the way. Don't just drive to the middle of the express and park the car. No, drive all the way to your destination and give us results. That is what we are talking about. All right, let's talk about the big one. And of course, that led to Tega eating a big helping of humble pie. And that is the fight between Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua. Now, Anthony Joshua has revealed why he was knocked out in the fifth round by Daniel Dubois during the heavyweight clash on Saturday, which saw Dubois retain his IBF heavyweight title. I mean, before this fight, Dubois did a lot of talking, and yes, he let his fists also show that it wasn't all talk at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think Dubois was even a little more humble. He was just like, I'm ready to fight. You guys should forget all my previous results in big fights. I'm ready to come in. We're all looking at Anthony Joshua like, look, this guy is ready. He's not going to make another mistake. But Anthony Joshua is a bit like, listen. I said it. When he's bad, he's hurried. And so let's assess the fight from the first one. Anthony Joshua came into that fight looking to intimidate Dubois and then hoping to knock him out. He was expecting that Dubois was going to be a little more cautious coming up against him. But Dubois was not like that. Dubois was like, I already have no reputation to keep. The person with reputation at stake in this fight is you. I don't have any reputation. People don't expect me to win. They expect you to win. There's a reason they call me the British pretender. They expect you to win. So the pressure was on Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua was trying to play a psychological advantage that he didn't have. And so when he got into that fight, first of all, no defense in the first round. And that's where the damage was done. Because as soon as Dubois hit him in the chin and he fell in that first round, he was concussed. That's my opinion. Every other thing after that was adrenaline. The damage of the fight was that first knockdown in the first round because he did not recover from that. But, as a boxer, as long as you can get up, you want to go at it. Every decision he made after that, every decision, what else he took was pure adrenaline. And so he kept getting knocked down throughout the rest of the fight because he just wasn't in the right state of mind. The damage had been done in the first round. So every other thing he said, oh, okay, I made a mistake. I tried to get up and then I didn't put my hands up. You didn't put your hands up after you were hit the first time because you didn't have the presence of mind to put your hands up. It was that simple. So even when the final uppercuts that took him out, he looked like he was trying to get at Dubois. Then he walked into that uppercut. So some people were saying, oh, that uppercut didn't look really bad. It was bad because it was Anthony Joshua's momentum walking into the uppercut and the uppercut connecting to his jaw. That's what took him out. And if you saw, he had no legs under him after that. So it was a horrible performance by Anthony Joshua. And truth be told, if you ask me, I didn't think he should have come out of the third round. I thought that his team should have been a lot more responsible and respectable to the fighter. To say, you know what, after that fight, he's concussed, let's leave it there. But for them to let him fall like that, no legs under him, they had to grab him.
That was terrible.
That was terrible. That was very terrible. Yeah.
But Tega, before we leave this particular story, I mean, can AJ come back from this one?
Well, he's saying he's not going to retire, that he's going to keep fighting. And I'm not one of those that likes to tell athletes to retire. I think athletes should be able to perform for as long as they want to. And so if AJ thinks that fighting is going to be his best, then it's okay for him to fight. I just think that he needs to do better defensively. I also think that he needs to stop with the mind games and get on with the fighting. because the approach to the game was poor psychologically. He thought he could intimidate the guy. Guy that has nothing to lose.
That clearly did not work. Well, we wish Anthony Joshua all the best, on his comeback trail, whatever that might be, whenever that might be. So good luck to him. All right, let's talk about some tennis here real quick. And of course, it's about the Lava Cup. Now, Spain's Carlos Alcaraz sealed a straight set win against American Taylor Fritz to lead Team Europe to a 13-11 victory at the Lava Cup in Berlin.
Oh, yes. Oh, this was fantastic. So this one, I ate a little bit of humble pie too, because when I saw the lineup of the teams, I was like, okay, maybe Team World will do well in doubles, but in singles, they'll be completely obliterated. Because if you looked at the Team Europe, they had world number 2. In fact, all the top 10 players from Kasparov to Medvedev, to Sasha Zverev, who had moved on to world number 2, to Carlos Alcaraz, to Stefanos Tsitsipas. I was like, if they don't beat Team World like Teams, make I know why. I was so sure. Shocker. We started with the singles, and first of all, Kasparov lost to Cerundolo. Straight sets. It wasn't even a negotiation. There was no competition. He was soundly beaten, like Anthony Joshua beaten, legs in the air, that kind of beating.
Ouch. Strays. Wow. That was harsh.
So legs in the air, that was the first one. And that was 1 point. Then they lost again when Taylor Fritz beat Sasha Zverev. Now, most people did not find that shocking, because prior to Sasha Zverev losing at the Lever Cup to Fritz, he had lost 3 consecutive times at different stages, and even in a Grand Slam. So some people expected a revenge, but most people were not surprised that Taylor Fritz beat Zverev, even if in rankings Zverev is above him. And so just while we're recovering, Stefanos Tsitsipas kind of steadied the ship a little bit with a revenge against Kokkinakis, because remember, Kokkinakis beat him at the US Open, so he beat him there. But every time we thought, Team Europe was going to get something, like when Medvedev stepped on the court and took the first set, we thought definitely he's going to get points on the board for Team Europe. He lost. In fact, Medvedev lost all his matches at the Lever Cup, and he was the most disappointing. But the good thing that they had was that they had Carlos Alcaraz. Now, first of all, on its own, Carlos Alcaraz is excitable, he's passionate, he's committed, and he's very competitive. But around the Lever Cup, there's a team spirit that makes you even more excited. And he took this team on his back. Team Europe won 13 points to win the Lever Cup. Carlos Alcaraz won 8 of those 13 points by himself.
That's
8
impressive.
of those, I'm telling you.
That is impressive.
And to be one of the youngest members of the team, but to be the leader on the team, Carlos Alcaraz fought tooth and nail. Even in the doubles where we thought they were not supposed to win that match, he told Kasparov, don't worry, you played horribly yesterday. Today, with me, you're going to play well. And Kasparov played well. So sometimes, when the Bible says, if you walk with wise men, you'll be counted as wise. All Kasparov had to do was work with Alcaraz, and he became a champion. So it was fantastic, this play. So it was so close. It was so nail-biting. I don't think Sasha Zverev had any nails left after that match, because I saw him literally chewing his nails. So it was an interesting one. Roger Federer, congratulations on bringing the Lever Cup, because it is great TV. Now, the only thing I pray is that he can add women to it. On that note, let's quickly rush off and take a quick break. When we come back, let's face Michael Oliver and Arsenal.
To see, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1.
He kicked him. So, how I don't have work. I'm watching all the highlights of all the leagues on Sky Sports.
Okay.
Yeah, and this particular oh God, they actually beat a player. Like he put his teeth in the back of the player. Yes, he put his teeth in the back of the player. The Scottish
What league is that?
The Scottish League.
What's happening?
I'm telling you, they were fighting throughout the match. They were fighting throughout. Wow. They had like 3 different red cards on the pitch alone.
Only 3.
Only 3, but 6 in all.
Oh, so that means coaches as well got red carded, Abby?
Yes, everybody got a red card.
Now what? Come on, play ball. You are fighting.
They beat them. He put his teeth in his back and sunk the teeth in. This is Luis Suarez 2.0. All right, let's come back with Arsenal immediately, and then we'll give the numbers again for reactions.
Welcome back into the locker room on the Smooth Breakfast on a Monday morning on Smooth 98.1, where we love music and we love life and we love talking sports as well. Ayokunmi right here with you alongside me is Tega. We are having quite an interesting morning talking about all the sporting developments from over the weekend, and we welcome you to also join us on that ride. WhatsApp, you can send messages in on 0809 440 981 0809 444 0981. The studio line is 0201 4489 981. YouTube or streaming live at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. All right, Tega, welcome back. Let's head over to England, and of course, football is on the front burner. Great game at the Etihad Stadium yesterday between Manchester City and Arsenal. And Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta said 10-man Arsenal were put in an almost impossible position by Leandro Trossard's first half red card as the Gunners conceded late to draw 2-2 in the game played yesterday.
Yes, really tough one for Arsenal. Just when Mikel Arteta thinks, he's going to get one over his former boss, everything just goes awry. So first myth I want to break. First of all, I'll congratulate Arsenal. They did the best they could do, considering the circumstances. However, I still think that they should have gotten the result. Yes, I said it. They didn't have to concede in the 98th minute. You can defend till the referee blows the whistle. But they didn't, and they considered that late equalizer, which led to Erling Haaland disrespecting Mikel Arteta. I think somebody just needs to step on that guy's little toe with studs. Because at the end of the match, he was telling Mikel Arteta, be humble, be humble. Me, Tega. If you don't lose 2 teeth that day, if you don't lose 2 teeth, he had the nerve to walk up to Mikel Arteta, shake his hand and say, be humble, be humble. Are you serious? The nerve of you. Anyways, small picking of yesterday. Anyways, that aside, let's go to the incident that led to the card. And I know a lot of people are saying, Michael Oliver, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have given Trossard a red card for kicking the ball away. Because Doku had done it in the first half and you didn't give him a card. Be that as it may, let me even shock you the more. Let me shock you people now. Because sometimes people quote things that they don't know. Let me shock you. Leandro Trossard should not have gotten a red card yesterday based on the letter of the law. And let me tell you why. There is no rule that says you cannot kick the ball after the referee blows the whistle. If you see that rule, come and change my name to Hope. There is no rule in the Premier League. The rule is against dissent. So if the referee calls a foul and you kick the ball in anger, that's dissent. You can get a yellow card. The rule that Leandro Trossard was given a yellow card for yesterday, let me shock you, was for delaying the restart of the match. So the only rule that the Premier League has updated is that players cannot delay the restart. So sometimes players kick the ball away to delay the restart. They should get a yellow card. Now, based on what happened yesterday, so let me run through it in case you missed it. Leandro Trossard goes for an aerial ball against Bernardo Silva, nudges him in the back, foul. That was a legal foul. Referee had every right to blow the whistle. Immediately after the foul was called, Leandro Trossard kicks the ball. Referee gives him a yellow card for delaying the restart of the game. Here is where the problem is. Bernardo Silva was still on the floor. Now, according to the football rules, if play is stopped for an injured player, play cannot restart until the injured player has been attended to and is off the pitch or is on his feet. So if Bernardo Silva is on the floor when Leandro Trossard kicks the ball, which restart is he delaying? If the match cannot start until Bernardo Silva has been attended to, and Bernardo Silva is still on the floor when Trossard kicks the ball, which restart is he delaying? So Michael Oliver did not understand the rules like half the Premier League referees, and now they've communicated that ignorance to the fans, and so fans just think that once you kick the ball, you should get a yellow card. But there's no rule against kicking the ball. There's just a rule against delaying the restart and descent. So Michael Oliver just dashed Trossard free yellow card. Free.
But no, Tega, I can understand that a lot of Arsenal fans definitely would be aggrieved, but sometimes these rules, they are not really black and white like that. And
they are black and white.
And
they are black and white. Let me read the law, because I actually after that I actually went to look for the rule.
You're muted, Tega.
Sorry, so I wanted to just go back to the law. So let me go to the law now. And that law, this is the rule here. So the rule is this new rule that they brought from for this the 2024-2025 Premier League season law. So this law is in association with IFAB. So this is not just a Premier League law. This is IFAB global law. It says referee to enhance effective playing time, referees will caution yellow card, which is yellow card players, when they are deemed to have delayed the restart. That's the law. Now, if a player will be cautioned if they are guilty of delaying the restart of play or failing to respect the required distance, which is what Declan Rice did when he got the yellow card. When play is restarted from a drop ball, a free kick, or a throw in, referees will be empowered by the game to take a more robust approach to dealing with clear and deliberate actions that are impactful in delaying the restart. Everything is just delaying the restart. There is no law against kicking the ball. It's against delaying the restart. Did he delay the restart? The game can't start without Bernardo Silva being attended to. So what restart did he delay? And what was written in the report by the Premier League was that he was given the yellow card for delaying the restart, not for kicking the ball, for delaying the restart. That's what is written in the report. That's what is written in the Premier League report. That's what is written in the referee's report. Did he delay the restart is my question. No. So Michael Oliver just dashed him a yellow card. There's no law against kicking the ball, which is why referees have not always given it. Remember when what's his name? João Pedro did it against Brighton. He kicked the ball after the whistle had been blown. There was no yellow card. Remember when Doku did it yesterday against Arsenal? He kicked the ball beyond the free kick place to actually delay the restart. And then the players were pointing out to Michael Oliver, and Michael Oliver was, let's just carry on, let's just play on. It has happened so many times. Players have kicked the balls after the restart in different matches. The law is against delaying the restart. The law is not against kicking the ball. So why did Michael Oliver give Trossard a card for delaying restart of a match that couldn't be restarted because Bernardo Silva was still on the floor? That is my
These are the
question.
questions.
All right, the number. So share your thoughts on. I think Ayo, we should open the phone lines for this conversation.
Yes, phone line is open for you. Get your calls in before we round up on the conversation this morning. 0201 4489981. 0201 4489981. That is the studio line. WhatsApp number to send your messages to is 0809 440 981. 0809 440 981. There are a couple of messages already lined up here. Should we take some before some of the calls begin?
Let's take some before the calls begin to come in.
Okay, Dan from Lekki says, Tega, there's a law against kicking the ball in the Premier League rulebook, which we all know was emphasized. We all checked before the start of the season. The other one is
bring the law out. Dan, I don't want stories. Me, I'm reading law from the law book. Bring the law outside. Bring the law. That's all. I don't want to hear stories. Bring the law, because this is the miscommunication I'm trying to explain to you. There's only a law against dissent and against delaying the restart. There is no law against kicking the ball. So bring the law out.
Well, Dan, if you have a link to that, please share it on WhatsApp and let me take a look at that. AB Ladis says, Tega, in my many years of watching football, I have never seen a game that ended in a draw but looked like a defeat for the visiting team. It was a battle for the top of the table, but Arsenal lost it against Manchester City. Okay, there's a call coming in. Let's hear what you have to say about this Lagos. Hello, Smooth 98.1 Locker Room. Good morning. Very good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Victor from Madrid. Welcome. Talk to us.
Yeah, so first of all, let me get into that. My colleague actually turned right out of and doing some stuff for the game. It wouldn't be that like that. There's no rule against kicking the ball while the ball's not being played, right? The player was on the floor, so why would you give yellow cards? So I want to have the time to look. So most of the time, I don't know why, but I don't think that's the deal. Those are the first things that kind of when it comes to matches, but then the ones that are like chat, things that you're not working. Any little bit can actually swing the results in 4 points in the third, and that was so after that, they up to the final few seconds of the last minute. So that game was already bad. Of course, the red card after the second, you said the pressure of the Bible. So for me, I feel that that's kind of been my pride. I want to do that when I become it. I don't think that's my team. I don't think that's my third choice. Man City, my goal.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts there, Victor. 0201 4489981. I think I can squeeze just one more call in, but let me take all the messages that come in on WhatsApp. Adinika says, see this AJ matter. I just tire. He's too inconsistent. I'm on Nigerian in him. Nigerian they carry last.
No, he's British. He's British. Please, let's not mix it up. He's British.
Oh, he's British now.
He's British. Didn't he represent them at the Olympics? Did he represent Nigeria?
Okay. AY from Maniru says, Arsenal could have actually gone ahead to win that game comfortably if Trossard didn't get himself sent off in such a silly manner. Arteta needs to talk to his boys about discipline and composure. Well, I mean, Michael Oliver had a big part to play in that one. Chidozie says, PGMOL will soon come out to release a statement on why Trossard was given a second yellow, but will eventually end up sounding like LMFA or whatever decisions made by these referees must be seen to be consistent. Michael Oliver is supposed to be one of the senior referees, but he continues to act like a rookie. Yemi Richards says, we are fighting against the world to win the title. The ref and the system will carry our players to another league to play. Carry them to MPFL. Who else is talking to us here? Emeka says, when AJ received that uppercut, he looked like someone who took 10 bottles of alcohol and falling into a gutter while struggling to find his way home. My advice to him would be for him to leave boxing before boxing leaves him. Regarding the Man City game, Tega, if you recall, Rodri lambasted Arsenal for coming to the Etihad last season to look for a draw. Now, who was celebrating a draw against a 10-man Arsenal yesterday? As regards referees, I'll leave them to God. Let me take one more because time has absolutely flown by here. Let me see. Dan says, Tega, I just remember before the start of the season, we discussed about the kicking of the ball thing. Now, Dan,
Dan, bring the law.
Send a link to
Bring
WhatsApp
the law.
and let
I
us
don't want
see it.
all this long talk. Bring the law. If you read the law yourself, that's when you understand that these referees don't even know the law, which is why we have controversies every week and we have inconsistencies.
Let me sneak in one or two on YouTube. Uche Nawokoye says, Man United played well but could not take their chances. Massive improvement, though. Arsenal with 10 men showed a defensive masterclass. Iron Gate defense. Haram ball is what I will call it. Chimobi Victor says, my darling Arsenal did well despite going a man down. We still played well against this Man City team. While for Anthony Joshua, he was beating black and blue, and he should not go for a refight. I beg you. Aki says, Arteta and the Arsenal team should watch this and make a case against this referee. All right, that's all we can take. Thank you so much for all your messages on the locker room this morning. Thank you, Tega, once again for coming through, as you always do. Always a fun time.
Thank you so much for having me. We'll be back on Wednesday.
Indeed, we're back on Wednesday. Keep it tuned to Smooth 98.1. We'll get into a conversation on Lagos Talks at 9 o'clock this beautiful Monday morning. Don't go anywhere. On Zoom.